corners. Think inside leg and just have a little feel on that inside rein just to get a little bit more flexion through the corners. As long as you keep your outside rein while you do it, you won't have any problems with it. Now just give him a little tap tap with the leg, so it's like leg leg. So twice quickly, think leg leg. That's it.
Coordination difficulties.
And now just move your fingers, keep his attention on you. That's it, he's just trying to be a little bit nosy and have a look at everything. That's better. Again, give him a little kick with your inside leg. He keeps trying to sort of lean on your inside leg, and that's how he can get you by spooking. Think of riding your corners like a square. So you go straight to the end and then turn, and really think of using your inside leg to get him as far in. That's better. That's better. And then just have a little feel and kick him and flex him to the inside. That's it. Good. And then circle round and go past that corner again.
Sorry?
Circle round and go past that corner again. And anticipate the fact that he's going to spook. So think about really having your inside leg on and having a little bit of inside flexion. The trick with spooky horses is staying one step ahead of them the whole time. So think a little bit too much inside bending now and think of leg yielding him into the corner. That's better. Good. I know he's still a little bit hollow, but at least he went where you told him to go. That's a start.
Shouldering is really good for spooky horses. Are you recording?
And again, think of leg yielding him into the corner. Think of inside bending and leg yielding him into the corner. Good, much better. Yeah. Yeah. I was just about to say have a canter.
We're on the other rein first though, because it's easier.
Think inside leg and think of leg yielding him into whatever he's spooking at. If they can't look at what they're trying to spook at, they won't spook. It's that sort of, oh, I can't see it, so it's not scary anymore. Have him a little bit straighter in the neck. That's it, that's better. A little bit straighter.
Little bit.
Straighter in the neck. Fraction too much inside bending there. Take a little bit more outside rein. That's it. And now just move your fingers and make him a little bit rounder. Good, that's better. Again, just move the fingers on your outside rein a little bit. That's better. And again. Duncan's not in his most popular mood today. Just see if you can have a little bit more outside rein on the straights and just think a fraction more shoulder in positioning. Think inside leg to outside rein. Less inside bending. Think of riding with a little bit of outside bending in that shoulder four positioning for now. Obviously not where he's trying to spook, but where he's not spooking. Think outside bending. That's better. Think outside bending. That's good. Good. Then you can get his shoulders a bit more under control. And again. That's it. And now think outside bending to make him straighter. That's better. Good. Who does Jenny's music?
Birch, Amanda Birch.
Now think of riding those corners like squares, so you can really think of getting him into those corners. That's it, and flexing around your inside leg. That was better. Move your finger the fraction more in those upwards transitions. Now take your leg away and give him a real good jab just behind the girth. Go on, give him a good jab. That's it. That's better. Now think shoulder four. This way's more difficult for him, so you need to help him a little bit more. You need to think of wrapping your legs around him and riding him. You'll have to really think of outside bend this way, but not in that corner because he'll spook. That's it. Now think outside bending. Straighter in his neck. That's better. Good. That's better. Now just move the fingers, make him a little bit rounder. Kick him with your inside leg. I'm just being silly now. Now think outside bending and shoulder in positioning. Inside leg, outside rein. Go on, make him look to the outside. Whoops. Come back to trot and canter right. Because he likes to go with his quarters in, he's always loading his outside shoulder by definition. And sometimes when they're really loading a shoulder, because he is quite crooked on the right rein by choice, if you just take a little bit of outside bending in the shoulder in positioning, you'll find it a lot easier to bring his outside shoulder back underneath him. So you want to think of riding your shoulder in like you normally would, but with a little bit of extra outside leg and outside rein, so you get it with a bit of outside bending, just so it helps you and makes it a little bit easier to get that straighter, because he tries to flex too much in his neck. So you'll always struggle to get his outside shoulder underneath him when he's got too much inside bend. So you can think of riding it with outside bend just to make it a fraction easier. You can do the same in the trot when you ride your shoulder in the trot. And just play around with the bend.
Come on, get on with it. Right, so I want to flex to the outside.
That's it. And now the inside leg and outside bending. And get those shoulders in. More. That's it. That's coming. That's coming. There you go. Bit wobbly. That's better. Good.
It's a lot more straight, isn't it?
Sometimes it's just a bit easier if you can just give yourself a bit of a helping hand with getting outside bend. And then as the horse comes straighter, a little bit more outside bending. You can relax that outside bend.
Do you establish?
That's better.
Do you establish the shoulder in first before the outside bends?
You should do it at the same time.
Much straighter there. Quite extraordinary.
Again, think outside bending. That's better. Whoops. And again, think outside bending. Every horse finds it more difficult one way than another, and every rider finds it more difficult one way than another as well. That's better. It doesn't matter if you over-exaggerate that feel a little bit at home, because you obviously can't be quite so... So you don't want to be riding with outside bend in the middle of a test. So if you can... That's better. If you can really exaggerate it at home, you'll find it a lot easier when you get in the ring. See if you make them a fraction rounder, just move the outside rein a little bit. That's it. Good. 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 When you're ready, come back to trot and back to walk and have a little breather. Then you probably think it's paintball.